Alkaline has always been known for stirring up conversation in dancehall, and with the release of his new track Key Man, he's done it again. This time, however, it's not just the music that's making waves, it's the content. The topic he's decided to revisit is one that's been a sore point in dancehall for years. Though many fans and critics know exactly what the controversial subject is, it's often left unspoken due to how taboo and offensive it can be. The fact that Alkaline brought it back in Key Man has reignited a lot of old feelings, especially from people who remember his earlier career when he first used that particular angle to get noticed. It's something many hoped he had moved past. But clearly he hasn't, or maybe he never intended to. Instead, it looks like he was simply waiting for the right moment to unleash it again and shake things up. In the days leading up to the release, Alkaline posted a teaser on his Instagram, which gave fans a small preview of the cover art. That alone started speculation about what was coming. His loyal followers were excited, while others felt a bit uneasy, knowing his track record for doing the unexpected. True to form, when the full song dropped on August 6th, it sparked immediate backlash and debate. What's fascinating is how quickly the dancehall community responded. You had vloggers uploading breakdowns, reviewers changing their stance on his recent work, and fans flooding social media with their reactions. It wasn't just casual commentary, it was heated, divided, and deeply emotional. That's the kind of energy only a few artists in Jamaica can still bring to the table, and Alkaline is one of them. One vlogger who made headlines for his dramatic shift in opinion is Krish Genius. Before Key Man, Krish had harshly criticized Alkaline's earlier release Priority, claiming it was weak and shouldn't have even been released to the public. But after hearing Key Man, his tone changed significantly. He not only praised Key Man, but actually went back and gave credit to Priority, suggesting it had more value than he initially thought. That flip-flop from Krish Genius is very telling. It shows just how powerful and influential Key Man has been in shifting public perception. It also proves that sometimes an artist doesn't need to release back-to-back hits. Just one bold, controversial song is enough to realign the conversation. Alkaline knows this, and he's clearly playing chess, not checkers. People often underestimate Alkaline's ability to control narratives. From day one, his strategy has never been about following the crowd or doing what's safe. He built his career on going left when everyone else went right. That's what made him stand out in a sea of dancehall talent, and that's what's keeping him in the headlines today. But the content of Key Man is still a sore point for many. It brings back uncomfortable memories of when he first exploded onto the scene and used shock value to dominate airwaves. Some feel he's grown past that and shouldn't revisit it, especially given how controversial and inappropriate the topic is by today's standards. Others, however, feel it's part of his artistic identity, and they welcome the return of the old Alkaline. Mad Sus, an affiliate of Vybz Kartel, even chimed in with some interesting insights. He admitted that he hates Alkaline, but not for the reasons people might assume. His issue isn't with Alkaline's music, but rather with how smart and strategic he is. According to Mad Sus, Alkaline knows exactly what works and how to manipulate public attention, which makes him dangerous in a competitive industry. That kind of backhanded compliment is actually high praise. It suggests that even Alkaline's enemies recognize his genius, even if they don't like it. When your critics can't deny your impact, that says a lot about your influence. Alkaline doesn't need to be liked. He just needs to be respected, and that's exactly what's happening here. Mad Sus also pointed out that this recent move by Alkaline might be part of the broader Vybz Kartel effect. Now that Kartel has been released from prison, the energy in the dancehall scene has shifted dramatically. Artists are stepping up their game, pushing boundaries, and doing everything they can to stay relevant. Alkaline, sensing that the king is returning, is clearly trying to fortify his position on the throne. Some say this is Alkaline's way of reasserting dominance. By tapping back into the raw, aggressive energy of his early days, he's reminding the world of where he came from and what he's capable of. He's not trying to be everyone's favorite artist. He's trying to be the most talked about artist, and in that regard, he's succeeding without question. Interestingly, Alkaline even brought back his signature black eye look in a recent BBC interview. That subtle visual cue didn't go unnoticed by fans, who immediately recognized it as a callback to his early branding. It's another clear sign that Alkaline is revisiting his old tactics with a new level of precision. This is calculated, not accidental. The question many are now asking is, should he have done it? Should he have brought back that specific, highly offensive topic? In an era where artists are being canceled for less, was it wise to walk that line again? It's a question that doesn't have a simple answer. Some argue that art is supposed to provoke and challenge norms. They believe that by bringing back the controversial theme, Alkaline is staying true to his unfiltered persona. To them, censorship in dancehall weakens the genre, and they see Alkaline as someone who refuses to be tamed. In that sense, Key Man is a bold statement of resistance. On the flip side, others are deeply uncomfortable with what the song promotes, or at least implies. They feel the topic is outdated and harmful, especially given how much the culture has evolved in recent years. Dancehall has moved toward more positive messaging, and this feels like a step backward. These critics argue that shock value shouldn't come at the cost of progress. Still, the reception from his core fanbase has been largely positive. Many of them are thrilled to see the return of the old Alkaline, raw and uncensored. They see him as a rebel who refuses to play by the rules, and that's exactly why they support him. The more controversial he gets, the more loyal they become. Controversy aside, the actual quality of the track Key Man is also getting praise. It's well-produced, lyrically sharp, and sonically on point. Even critics of the subject matter admit that the song itself is hard to ignore. That duality between content and craftsmanship is part of what makes Alkaline such a complex artist. What also stands out is how quickly the entire industry responded. Within hours of the song dropping, there were dozens of reaction videos, IG Lives, and heated Twitter threads. It's rare to see a song dominate the conversation that quickly, and it speaks volumes about the level of anticipation Alkaline still commands. Love him or hate him, people care about what he does. In some ways, this feels like a turning point in his career. Alkaline has gone through quiet phases, periods where people thought he'd lost his edge. But Key Man proves that he's still very much in control of his image and legacy. He knows how to create a moment, and that's something most artists struggle with. Even the people criticizing him are helping to boost the song's reach. Every negative comment, every vlog, every post, it's all free promotion. Alkaline doesn't even have to defend himself, because the conversations are happening organically. That's a level of control most artists dream of. Alkaline's unpredictability is both his greatest strength and his greatest risk. He walks a fine line between genius and recklessness. But as long as he keeps the public talking, he maintains power. In a crowded industry, attention is currency, and right now, he's cashing in. Some believe this move could hurt his chances of crossing over into more mainstream spaces. Controversial content doesn't always translate well internationally. Sponsors, brands, and radio stations may hesitate to support someone seen as too risky. But that might not even be part of Alkaline's plan. He's never really chased global fame in the traditional sense. His power lies in owning the streets, the culture, the narrative. As long as he keeps that base strong, he doesn't need validation from the outside. That's what makes him such a unique figure in modern dancehall. Still, there's a lingering question about where he goes from here. Does he continue down this road of controversy and taboo topics? Or will he eventually pivot and show a more mature side of his artistry? Knowing Alkaline, he'll probably keep us guessing. The genius of Alkaline is that he doesn't chase trends. He creates moments. Whether you're outraged or impressed, he pulls you into his world. And once you're there, you can't look away. That's not luck, that's strategy. Even if people disagree with the message, they're still pressed to engage with the music. That's a level of influence only a few artists ever achieve. It proves that music is more than just sound, it's impact, timing, and cultural awareness. And Alkaline understands all of that. In the end, Key Man is bigger than just another song. It's a statement, a spark, and a reminder that dancehall is still raw, still dangerous, and still alive. Whether you love or hate the message, the conversation it has ignited is undeniable. Alkaline has made everyone talk, again. So the question remains, was it worth it? Should he have gone back to that controversial place? Was it art or provocation? Only time and the public will decide.